Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
A pair of peacocks moved themselves into one Oakland County subdivision about 4 years ago.
Sometimes they would sit on my barbecue.
It was really unique, and it was a pleasure.
They were the neighborhood's pets, no doubt about it.
Now both birds have been found dead within days of each other, and there is nothing natural about it.
We begin tonight with temperatures in the 40s to kick off your holiday weekend. You know, it doesn't feel like your typical Memorial Day weekend with wind chills dropping down into the 30s.
I don't like hearing the words wind chills when we don't have snow on the ground, right?
Seeing reporters in winter coats.
Yeah, I don't like that. Let's check in with Ben. Ben, the two big questions here. Will we warm up at all? And what about rain?
Yes and no are the short answers to that for most of us. But I'll tell you, this is more like we're getting ready for St. Patty's Day than it is for Memorial Day. But the temperatures outside tonight haven't budged much since 6 o'clock. The good news is I don't think we're going to fall all that much further from where we're at. But you can see with those air temperatures in the mid-40s, the wind chill's already starting to move into the 30s, and they're going to get even colder as we start tomorrow morning. That's tonight's 4-zone forecast. Wind chills in the morning, 39 in the city, 38 for a wind chill there in Romulus. They're going to get as low as the low to mid-30s out there in parts of Lenawee County, feeling more like it's closer to freezing in Manchester, Chelsea, and Howell. Fenton, Clarkston also at 33 starting tomorrow morning. And again, these are wind chills tomorrow, similar in the north zone with mid-30s. The actual air temperatures will remain in the 40s, so we're not looking at frost or freeze possibilities, thank goodness. Afternoon temperatures barely getting to the 60s, 70s show up on Sunday and Monday. So for the maybe part on the rain, it's tomorrow. We'll talk about who's under the gun for that and just how Sunday and Monday are going to feel in a few minutes, guys.
All right, thank you, Ben. Two peacocks that made a Rochester Hills subdivision their home for the last 4 years have been killed within days of each other.
Yeah, the first was found shot with a crossbow. The other turned up with a broken wing and injured leg. Neighbors want to know who's responsible, and so does the Oakland County Sheriff. Mara McDonald live in Rochester Hills tonight. Mara, were these birds actually someone's pets or just, like permanent residents there?
Chase, more like permanent residents. The peacocks showed up here at the Country Creek sub about 4 years ago, apparently decided they liked it here and stayed.
One day I was looking out the window, and this is in February, like the middle of winter, and there's two peacocks sitting on the railing of my deck.
At first, Richard McDonald rubbed his eyes to make sure he wasn't seeing things.
A couple times I thought maybe I was still asleep and dreaming,
He wasn't, and neither were his neighbors.
Like, who are these birds? And they're both in our backyards, and I'm like, what are we doing here? Where'd these things come from, right? And we had no idea where they came from, and they were beautiful.
The birds were often seen parading around with their beautiful plumage on display for all to admire year-round, perching where they saw fit.
Walk out in the summer, and they'd be in my garage, and they were just sitting down, and you're taken aback, and you're like, why? Okay, see, boys, gotta go.
I love sitting on my wife's car in the driveway. You would come out, walk out the garage door, and there they were looking at you,
Now both birds are dead within days of each other. The first was found shot through the heart with a crossbow.
I just can't imagine what's going through their minds. I mean, how could you hurt something that beautiful,
The other died under murky circumstances, seen limping around with a broken leg and seriously injured wing, ultimately dying. Yes, the peacock squawked and were known to help themselves to tomatoes, but neighbors are sick. Someone would kill them.
I miss them already. I miss them.
Back here live tonight, the Oakland County Sheriff's has an investigation into animal cruelty going here. Because a crossbow was used here, it narrows the radius, so they're looking for who's responsible. What's unfortunate here is that some of the neighbors, like Richard, who you heard from, they were worried about these birds in the wintertime especially, and thought, you know what, when their plumage goes away in August, we're going to trap them. And they had found a farm for them to stay on that would have offered them shelter and all the land they could have used to run around on. We're live in Rochester Hills tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Yeah, if only whoever had done this thought ahead that thoughtfully as well. All right, Mara, thanks.
Police say the bodies found in a burning Warren home were part of a murder-suicide. Officers arrived to the house on Fairfield near 13 Mile and Shaner to find it on fire with two people inside. Police Commissioner Bill Dwyer tells us a 37-year-old man shot his 32-year-old girlfriend. started a fire in the back bedroom and then turned the gun on himself. Neighbors say the couple lived in the home for about 5 years and never had seen them argue.
Didn't expect that at all. When I saw the front of the house this morning, I was in shock, and then found out what possibly happened. That was unbelievable.
Police had never been called to the home before this incident. An investigation into what happened continues.
A 55-year-old Detroit man is arrested and charged with sex trafficking. A criminal complaint filed in court today says Kevin Giles had 2 girls ages 16 and 17 and an adult victim living at his home on Pembroke on the city's west side. It's believed all 3 were engaging in commercial sex acts at the home. Also, Giles placed ads online, which included pictures and videos of the 2 teen girls. Giles is set to be back in court on Tuesday. Well, with summer almost here, the CDC issuing new guidance on youth summer camps.
The CDC says fully vaccinated campers as well as staff do not need to wear masks or socially distance. However, unvaccinated children older than 2 are strongly encouraged to wear a mask for indoor activities, also encouraged to wear them outside if they'll be in a crowded setting.
Also, the state is reporting 614 new cases in the past 24 hours. That's 4 straight days with daily cases fewer than 1,000. Other headlines. A big change is coming this weekend for people on unemployment in Michigan. Starting Sunday, people must prove they're actively looking for a job to get benefits, including connecting with at least 2 potential employers each week. And we hope you join us tomorrow night for our vaccine town hall. We have a panel of experts, including the state's top medical executive, Dr. Janae Caldoun. She'll answer questions submitted by you, from fertility to concerns about children to technology that's involved. We cover it all. It starts 7:30 right here on Local 4. A local organization is having trouble finding students to apply for its scholarship fund, and we're just days from the deadline now.
Lupus Detroit is known for helping people who either suffer from the disease or those who need help dealing with the loss of a loved one. Larry Spruill talked to the organization tonight, and Larry, they are desperate to get the word out.
Yeah, Jason and Karen, it's a very unique situation that they are in. Lupus Detroit says they want to give out free money or a scholarship to college students, but the problem is they have not received any applicants. So they reached out to us to get the word out there. Take a listen.
My first wife, she passed away from complications as a result of lupus.
Tom Perkins says that was April 13th, 2016. It was a very tough time for him. He knew very little about lupus. But he tells me the Detroit Lupus organization helped him get through that rough period of his life.
After she passed, I wound up meeting, had the pleasure of meeting Sharon Harris and some of her friends who connected us, sort of a support network. But then I found out what kind of work that she was doing.
Fast forward to now, the work of the Detroit Lupus organization is well known throughout the metro area. They're offering 2 students who attended a Michigan high school and are currently enrolled in any in-state or out-of-state college or university a $1,000 scholarship each.
That $1,000 or that amount that goes to the winners, you know, that's a substantial amount of money for a student. That's a substantial amount of money. That's booked for a whole year sometimes.
But the organization says there's one problem. Nobody, and I repeat, nobody has applied for the scholarship. Perkins is blaming the pandemic.
We're a year off because, as I recall, I don't think Sharon was able to do it last year at all. And, you know, now that she's back up and, you know, running, that year break is also, I think, attributes to the lack of applicants. With smaller organizations like these, even though they're trying to give away money, the word doesn't get out.
And so we want the word to get out there. If you are interested in this scholarship, you still have time to apply. The deadline is June 1st. For more information, just go to our website, clickondetroit.com. We are live in downtown Detroit tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
That money can definitely make a big difference. All right, thank you very much, Larry. Well, today, Detroit Police Chief James Craig held his final graduation as head of the department.
The chief presided over the graduation of 19 new police officers. He's set to retire from the department Tuesday after 44 years in law enforcement.
This was not an easy decision. I felt I could have probably done 10 more years. Leadership is critically important this time. And I felt strongly that the department was going in the right direction. There were some tough moments for us last year, but when I look at what was going on in many other cities across the country, we did well.
Mayor Duggan has named James White interim chief. As for Chief Craig's next move, you heard him say he could have done 10 more years. Well, some think he might be shooting for 8 more years as governor. There's speculation if he'll make a run as a Republican. He says he's still evaluating all of that.
Still ahead tonight at 11, a warning for anyone going boating this weekend.
Why the Coast Guard wants all boaters to be on high alert. We'll have that.
She vanished nearly 2 years ago, leading to Amber Alerts being issued in 2 states, where she was just found safe and what police believe led to her disappearance.
But first, a tree comes crashing down onto an SUV during today's nasty weather. Why neighbors are blaming the city of Detroit for what happened.